Hello, welcome to Tap the Good Spiritual Counseling and Transformational Coaching Services. I'm your host, Dr. Jacinta Mpalienkana. We are continuing with the book Believe in Yourself by Dr. Joseph Murphy, and this is part 3. And I have decided to title this part The Power of Meditation in Imagination. We are now on page 19. Before I continue, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you can receive videos as I record them, upload them. Continuing. Shelley said that poetry was an expression of the imagination. When the poet meditates on love and wishes to write on love, the invisible intelligence and wisdom within him stirs his mind, casts the spell of God's beauty over him, and awakens him to God's eternal love, so that his words become clothed with wisdom, truth, and beauty. The great musician is within. If it is your business to play music or compose music, be sure that you are about your Father's business. Your Father's business is first of all to recognize God as the great musician. Then meditate, feel, pray, and know that the inner music sings or plays through you the song of God's love, and you will play like you have never played before. Every invention of Edison's was first conceived in his imagination. The same was true of Tesla, another great inventor and scientist. I think it was Olivia Wendell Holmes who said that we need 3-story men who can idolize, imagine, and predict. I believe the capacity to imagine and dream that caused Ford to look forward to putting the world on wheels. Your capacity to imagine causes you and enables you to remove all barriers of time and space. You can reconstruct the past or contemplate the future thought through your inner eye. No wonder it says in Genesis, Israel loved Joseph, imagination, more than all his brethren. Imagination, when disciplined, spiritualized, controlled, and directed, becomes the most exalted and noblest attribute of man. I was in a conversation some years ago with a young chemist who stated that his superiors for years had tried to manufacture a certain German dye and failed. He was given the assignment when he went with them. As he commented, he did not know that it could not be done, and synthesized the compound without any difficulty. They were amazed and wanted to know his secret. His answer was that he imagined he had the answer. Pressed further by his superiors, he said that he could clearly see the letters answer in blazing red color in his mind. Then he created a vacuum underneath the letters, knowing that as he imagined the chemical formula underneath the letters, the subconscious would fill it in. The third night, he had a dream in which the complete formula and the technique of making the compound was clearly presented. Joseph, which is your imagination, is a dreamer, and a dreamer of dreams. They conspired against him to slay him, and they said one to another, Behold, this dreamer cometh. Perhaps As you read these biblical quotations, they are thoughts of fear, doubt, and anxiety conspiring in your own mind to slay or kill that desire, ideal, or dream of yours. You look at conditions or circumstances and fear arises in your mind. Yet there is desire within you which, if realized, would bring you peace and solve your problem. You must be like Joseph and become a practical dreamer. Decide to make your dreams come true. Withdraw and take away your attention now from appearances of things and from sense evidence. Even though your senses deny what you pray for, affirm that it's true in your heart. Bring your mind back from its wandering after the false gods of fear and doubt to rest in the omnipotence and the spiritual power within you. In the silence and quietude of your own mind, dwell on the fact that there is only one power and one presence. This power and presence is now responding to your thoughts as guidance, strength, peace, and nourishment for the soul. Give all your mental attention to recognizing the absolute sovereignty of spiritual power, knowing that the God power has the answer and is now showing you the way. Trust it, believe in it, and walk the earth in the light. Your prayer is already answered. All of us read the story of Columbus and his discovery of America. It was imagination that led him to his discovery. His imagination plus faith in a divine power led him on and brought him to victory. The sailors said to Columbus, "What shall we do when all hope is gone?" His reply was, "You shall say at break of day, sail on and on." Here is the key to prayer. Be faithful to the end, full of faith every step of the way, and persisting to the end, knowing in your heart that the end is secure because you saw the end. Copernicus, through his vivid imagination, revealed how the earth revolved on its axis, causing the old astronomical theories to be discarded. I think it would be a wonderful idea if all of us from time to time recast our ideas, checked up on our beliefs and opinions, and asked ourselves honestly, why do I believe that? Where did that opinion come from? Perhaps many ideas, theories, beliefs, and opinions that we hold are completely erroneous, and we are accepted by us as true without investigation, whether as to their truth or accuracy. Because our father and grandfather believed in a certain way is no reason why we should. One woman said to me that a certain idea she had must be true because her grandfather believed it. That is absurd. The rest mind believes in many things that aren't true. What came down from generation to generation is not necessarily valid or the final word and authority. The above mentioned woman, who was honest and well-meaning, had a mind that was very touchy on psychological truth. She took everything in the Bible literally. This mind worked by prejudice and superstition and opposed everything that was not in accord with their established beliefs, opinions, and preconceived notions. Our mind must be like a parakeet. The letter opens up. If it does not, it isn't any good. Likewise, we must open our eyes and minds to new truth. We must hunger and thirst after new truth and new knowledge, enabling us to soar aloft above our problems on the wings of faith and understanding. The famous biologists, psychists, and astronomers and mathematicians of our day are men gifted with a vivid scientific imagination. For instance, Einstein's theory of relativity existed first in his imagination. Archaeologists and paleontologists studying the tombs of ancient Egypt through their imaginative perception reconstruct ancient scenes. The dead past becomes alive and audible once more. Looking at the ancient ruins and the hieroglyphics thereon, the scientists tell us of an age when there was no language. Communication was done by grunts, groans, and signs. The science imaginations enables us to clothe this ancient temple with roofs and surround them with gardens, pools, and fountains. The fossil remains are clothed with eyes, sewers, and muscles, and they again walk and talk. The past becomes the living present, and we find in imagination that there is no time or space. Through your imaginative faculty, you can be a companion of the most inspired writers of all times. Alright guys, this is the end of the reading for this part 3, and we shall continue tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this read and learned that the power of meditating on the idea that you want to imagine on is extremely important. So if you want to imagine a wedding, if you want to get married, and you want to use imagination, the power of imagination, to first of all attract or realize that dream, first meditate on love. First meditate on that feeling of love and know that that love will lead you to itself. And then meditate on God within you, well knowing that everything is sourced in God, which is the source of our imagination. Until then, I'm sending you abundant love from my heart to yours. Peace and blessings.